Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Ink. I'm Olivia, and I feel like I've been pretty open about how much I love crossovers. Especially a good crossover. Surprisingly, one of the best places for crossovers is actually the game Fortnite. Fortnite is pretty well known for its way of bringing franchises together that have no business being in the same space, and comics are no exception. Fortnite has crossed over with both Marvel and DC, and today we're going to see how they did. Batman Fortnite Zero Point is a 6-part storyline that brought DC to Fortnite, specifically the time when Batman came to Fortnite. The concept was presented by story consultant Donald Mustard, the current creative chief officer at Epic Games, and written by Christos Gage, a comic pro who often writes spin-offs for big tie-in events like Civil War and House of M. The art was done by the team of pencilers Riley Brown and Christian Duce, inkers Nelson Faro de Castro and Christian Duce, and with colorist John Callis. This story is the most interesting exploration of how the world of Fortnite operates, mixed with a strong narrative presence of Batman. The story begins with a dimensional rift opening in Gotham. As Batman follows Harley Quinn, he tries to investigate the rift and is knocked into it. When he comes to, he can't speak or remember who he is. He learns firsthand that the game of Fortnite is all about survival, as combatants fight or are consumed by the mysterious purple storm. After that, time resets and the game begins again. However, he's not alone. Catwoman is also in the game. Batman can't remember her, and she can't remember him, but they are still drawn to each other. It doesn't take long for Batman to start putting his mind to escaping. He starts leaving himself messages and figuring out how to escape the game. He recruits Catwoman and they work together to escape. However, the only way to escape is to get the victory royale, and be the last one standing. So Batman sacrifices himself for Catwoman to escape. Once Selina is gone, Batman obsessively fights to win, concerning his captors. They want to keep Batman in the game and set Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe to fight him. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a crossover inside a crossover, but here it is, and it's actually really badass. This takes up one whole issue, is narrated through increasingly panicked office memos from the bad guys, and I'm not even mad, it is just that good. Anyway, Batman escapes the loop and finds a group of victors on the island that Fortnite takes place in, including Deathstroke and Catwoman. Everyone can talk and can remember what happened in the loop, but not anything else. Together with a motley crew of Fortnite characters, they must work together to find their way home. This comic works well as a crossover, which I didn't expect at all. This presents the world of Fortnite in a fun and surprisingly sinister way, and according to all the lore presented in all the Fortnite crossover comics, this is just how the world works. Between the comics and the little bits of lore I've learned from playing the game and looking things up, this is how the world of Fortnite works, and I never would have expected this from Fortnite, but that was just my bias talking, and I kind of am obsessed with it. And I kind of love this. Getting back to the book, the other thing this book does well is focusing on Batman's perspective. This is actually one of the best representations of Batman I've read, crossover notwithstanding. Like, it sounds crazy, but this comic really gets who Batman is. He leaves himself notes to help himself figure out how to escape. He shows his detective skills. He's obsessive. He's every inch a Batman. This comic also captures the raw chemistry of Batman and Catwoman's relationship. Call me cliche, but I'm a big supporter of this ship. This book just highlights how well their relationship works, how much they understand each other and care for each other, all without remembering each other and just going off of their feelings. It's romantic and tragic because it serves on how paper their romance works in a vacuum, but once they get back to life and the main canon, life gets more complicated and it makes their relationship tough. Honestly, I ended up caring more about this book way more than I ever expected to. I wish I could say that about its sequel, Batman Fortnite Foundation. This book was also written by Gage and Mustard, but this time they are joined by Scott Snyder, with art by Joshua Hickson, and colors by Roman Stevens. This one-shot picks up almost immediately after Zero Point, and I've gotta say, the payoff is disappointing. The end of Zero Point was setting up a large payoff where we see Lex Luthor and the Batman Who Laughed conspiring with Fortnite's Dr. Sloan to open more rifts and seize control of the Zero Point, and we see a rift open in Metropolis. When Foundation picks up, however, it's almost immediately after, and we don't get to see anyone. Apparently, villains are just trying to jump into the rift, and the Justice League are trying to stop them, but we barely get to see any of that, and even less of the Fortnite half of the crossover. Fortnite more or less supplied the plot and a couple of characters, and DC covered the rest this go-around. Most of what we see in this book is Batman working with the Foundation. The Foundation is the leader of the Seven, a group of heroes in Fortnite that oppose the Order, who are the captors who are then controlling and running the game. The Foundation is just kind of a faceless action hero badass type, kind of like The Rock. Actually, he technically is The Rock, but that's not important to the story. All you really need to know is that this comic is just Batman and the Foundation doing the whole, I guess I have to trust you and work with you bit. It's tired, and speaking of tired, the Batman Who Laughed is here. And when this book came out, I was tired as hell of this guy. He was cool in Dark Knight's Metal, but I was done with him after that whole event, and I wish we got to see more of the other villains. But then again, I just wish we got more out of this book, period. Overall, DC's crossover with Fortnite started off strong, but I feel that it just kind of fizzled out in my opinion. I can't tell if it's just I feel that way because I just thought the first one was so effective, or if because I felt like the Foundation was just rushing to the finish line. But either way, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, not too long after this, Fortnite did a few crossovers with Marvel. Written by Donny Cates and with art by the team of Greg Land, Jay Leistine, and Frank De Armata, Thor's Nexus War directly takes place after Thor ascended the throne of Asgard and became Cosmic Thor, working directly with Galactus. Galactus is drawn to the Zero Point and goes into the rift with Thor following him to warn those on the other side of the rift, tying into Fortnite Chapter 2, Seasons 3 and 4, where Galactus would appear around the island. Once on the island, Thor becomes entrenched in the cycle of battle, being able to resist the memory erasure for a bit due to his godly abilities, but he succumbs to the cycle, thus confirming what was established in Batman Fortnite Zero Point. His faithful ravens, however, are immune to interdimensional nonsense and are able to bring Thor to his senses and summon allies to help Thor stop Galactus. That's it though. This book is a big nothing burger. The most important thing about this book is that it established that some of the Marvel cast has been to the world of Fortnite, which matters in the last part of the crossover, Fortnite Marvel Zero War. This 6-part miniseries is the last in the Fortnite crossover comics, that I'm aware of at least. This was written by Christos Gage and Donald Mustard again, with pencils by Sergio Davalia and Jose Luis. Ink by Sean Parsons, Bellardino Bravo, and Elisabetta D'Amico, and colors by Edgar Delgado. This is a full-on team-up, having the Avengers, key X-Men like Storm and Wolverine, Shuri, and Spider-Man team up with Jonesy, one of the main characters of Fortnite, and the Seven. Part of the story is dedicated to Jonesy, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Shuri, and the Imagined, one of the Seven, going to get a device that can open a portal, while the other part is about Iron Man, Storm, Thor, and the Foundation going to the moon to try to track down a mecha built by their fallen comrade, the Paradigm. This all culminates in a huge battle for the Zero Point against Gino, the leader of the Imagined Order. It's a good story, but it's rather exposition heavy. It relies a lot on you knowing both Marvel and Fortnite, and let me tell you, it's a lot. Fortnite's lore is surprisingly dense for what I thought was just a silly shooting game. I don't know, dude, I'm having a hard time finding the answers for what the hell is going on in Fortnite. I'm jumping in at like chapter 6. There's demon hunters, demons, there's samurai ba-la-la-la-la, there's Santa Dog, Godzilla's here.
This video took me so long they added crime, I guess.
Anyways, I only have 2 minor gripes with this book. One is with some of the characterization, mostly with Spider-Man and Iron Man. These 2 quippy characters end up taking it too far, putting in the kind of MCU, we need to be snappy vibe. I'd argue that Iron Man is the worst offender with his whole armor measuring contest with the Foundation, which on paper is definitely in character, but I feel like this execution was trying too hard. Keep in mind though, my frame of reference for Iron Man is very limited. My other gripe is that there are some things that don't live up to their potential. For example, the High Evolutionary makes an appearance and then dips, which I struggle to believe because I think the Evolutionary would be absolutely rock hard over the presence of beings like Keely, who is a genetically fused banana man that has apparently survived being blended and drank, Fish Sticks, the fish mutant, and Meowscles. I guess I just think that this could have gone bigger, even though it went pretty darn big. Otherwise, Zero War does everything else a good crossover is supposed to do. We see a good blend of lore and good interaction between the franchise's characters, with some getting along better than I ever would have thought. Like, way better. Moving on, I feel like Zero War and Zero Point are complementary in how they interact with Fortnite, both focusing enough on the shared lore and having enough character interaction to make the worlds feel plausible and grounded, which sounds silly from a medium surrounding people in spandex and a game that relies so heavily on pop culture. If it wasn't obvious, Batman and Fortnite Zero Point is my favorite one, but I will acknowledge that Zero War was really fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did Marvel or DC have the better crossover? Let me know what you guys think. And on that note, thanks for listening, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time here on Out of Ink. Bye!